Hi everybody. I know this is an interesting time for us, and usually we would be making wonderful music every week, and right now we can't do that. And I've been working on a way for us to continue to improve and practice and sing, and I wanted to provide you a way to make music. And in order to do that, I decided to come up with this video series on some of the things that we started to work with back in March, some of the concepts and ideas that we're going to be following up with as soon as we can get back together, things that we can incorporate into our personal singing, into the group singing, church choirs, summer music, Christmas cantatas, everything that we're doing coming up. I want to incorporate these techniques, concepts, tricks, all the different things here that we're going to bring together to make our choral sound better. And no better way to do that than to introduce you to the people who I've been studying. And so I'm going to flip back and forth between me and Don Neuen, Robert Shaw, Paul Solomonovich, Roger Wagner, Fred Waring, all the greats, some that you may know and some you don't. This video is going to be primarily featuring Don Neuen. Interesting fact to point out to you that he is actually 81 years old in this video. And some things that I want you to note about him is his energy, his vitality, the way he speaks, the way he moves around, and it's that kind of energy and vitality that we need to be putting into our singing. And one of the videos will go over that. These videos are tools for you to help you continue to sing, make those improvements, and I want to give you some things through these videos that you can do at home without a piano or a choir or a director, just things that you can do on your own when you're sitting there and nothing to do. It's what Lindsay and I have been doing with some of the vowel placements and tone placement in the head. Just some different things that are fun, entertaining, goofy, give you a smile and a laugh while you're sitting at home. And this first video is going to be a little longer because of this explanation and some of the explanations going forward. Plus I gave you a little treat on the beginning and end of the video musically. And I hope you enjoy both of those. But listen to the end and really watch. And feel free to go back and rewatch some things, look at them from beginning to end. And then look below in the comments of the video where you will find lyrics if you want to sing along. You will find links to the full video that Don Neuen provides. It's about 45 minutes and explains this and all of the concepts in greater detail. And some other things that I might put in there that could be important to you. Before each video going forward, I'm going to highlight just a couple key points that Don talks about and that I think is important for us to know. And a couple things that Don says that I think are important for us to remember, and things that hit me pretty hard before, and especially during this time when we're looking for things to do, is he says, remember that every day somebody out there is doing it. Whatever it is, whether it's great choral sound, improving your voice, somebody out there's doing it. They're breaking those barriers, they're finding a way, they're learning something new, they're researching, they're practicing, they're putting in that time. So let's be that person. Let's be that chorus every day that learns something new, that puts something new in place every week and continues to improve. And then at the end of the day, you have to want it. And that's what this first video says, is that every day when you wake up, you have to want it. And every time we come into chorus rehearsal, we have to want to be a better singer. We have to want to be a better chorus, have a better sound. No matter your age, no matter your experience or when you've started, no matter how much experience you have now, you can always learn something new. You can always add something to improve your sound. And like I said in our last rehearsal together, every day a little bit better. And even though a lot of these videos he's actually speaking to church choir conductors, listen to this as if he was speaking to singers, as if he was speaking to you as a singer, and how to get better and how you want it and how to go about getting it. Listen to this first video here as he speaks.
In the box there it said, if we're going to succeed, we've got to really want to. What? Just ask yourself right now and make yourself answer silently to yourself. What do you want to be as a conductor? What do you want? What do you want to be like? Who do you want to be like? What great conductor do you really want to be like? Here's that conductor. Here's you. If you don't really, really want to be like that person and know everything about them so that you can be like them, you're going to stay right here. If you want to be like them, every rehearsal you will be closer to that person, I promise you. Every rehearsal, you'll be more like they are. You don't have that in your brain, you'll stay right where you are for 60 years. I wanted to be like Robert Shaw so bad, he stuttered when he got upset and angry at the choir, and I started stuttering. Or when he got nervous, and he kept the baton on his leg. Soprano, so I started to get my baton on my leg. You know, and I think our singers, I will tell the singers in the choir, often, don't sing like you. Sing like somebody much better than you. Much better. Hear them. Hear them in your head and try and be them. And again, it's the same thing and it's a truth. Here's the person they want to sound like, and here they'll be closer every week. They don't have a role model and try to be it, they stay right where they are. That's the way it is in life. The little kids that play basketball on the asphalt in LA, they watch Kobe Bryant and all these great people playing basketball on TV, and they go out and they dribble between their legs and flip it over their head, and nobody taught them how. They're in middle school, elementary school. But they saw great folks play basketball, and they did it just like that, because they're, see, I'm Kobe, man, I'm Kobe. Yeah. It's the same way in anything physical, which is singing and conducting.
All right, now I suspect that none of us are going to go out and aspire to become Kobe Bryant or have the basketball skills that he acquired. But with that same principle in mind, we can aspire to be great choral singers. When Don Neuen was a student, a young student, he asked his professor if he could sound just like his idol. And she said, no, I'm sorry, you can't. You will never have his tone. You will never have his voice. You're only ever going to have your voice. But you can sing as well as he did if you're willing to work at it. You can have the vowel placement that he did, the tone placement. You can sing with the same beauty, the same energy. You can sing with the same vitality. And that's what we're aspiring to do with these videos, is to achieve that great choral sound, not by sounding like someone else, but to sing as well as some of the best people in the industry have and do sing today. This next video goes into the concept of the great choral sound and the soloistic approach to choral singing. And that is actually going to be the focal point of our next video and highlight the 5 key aspects to what it means to be a great soloistic singer inside of a choral sound. And that doesn't mean I'm going to ask anyone to sing any solos or to stand up and sing by themselves in rehearsal, but I'm going to ask everybody from wherever they are, whatever seat they are sitting in, and whatever experience they bring to the table, to sing as if they were a soloist. So listen to Don in this next video.
Where it says, a soloistic approach to ensemble singing. Okay, look up here. As far back as when I was in high school, and would go hear these professional choirs on tour, there were 2 things that came to my mind. That people said, soloists don't blend. If people sing like a big soloist in the choir, they'll stick out and they won't blend. The other thing was, I would hear these professional choirs with perfect blend. No choir ever blended better than the Robert Shaw Choral in the history of music, and the Roger Wagner Choral, and the Frederick, all these old choir and they were all professional choirs. Shaw's Choral were all people mainly from New York and some from the Met who weren't singing at the Met that month for those 6 weeks. So there were Metropolitan Opera singers in there and all professional singers. Nobody was not a professional singer. And the blend, perfect. Well, I thought, how can that be? So, on the first time I ever met him, I asked him. He said, all they have to do is be sensitive to each other, the music and the conductor. If it's mezzo piano, sing mezzo piano. If they're just sitting around other people, try and be a part of the group. That doesn't mean you have to sound like her, and she doesn't have to sound like you, but you got to know each other's there. And then pay attention to the conductor, what the conductor's trying to do with this thing. And you do that, and if your voice is 3 times as big as hers, it'll be like we have 3 more really good singers, not one who sticks out. I've had, ever since then, the philosophy, I want everybody in my choir to sing like a great soloist. I don't want any choristers. No choristers. Everybody sings like a great soloist who sings beautifully and is sensitive to each other, the music, and me. And if you've got 60 people in your choir and they're all singing like that, then they're pretty great. And then you'll have to tell them when someone's a little too loud or someone has a little edgy voice, or you do that. And then along with that, they are responsible for what they do like a soloist. Like in the church choir, they read music, 1 or 2 not as well as some of the others. But I'll say whether you read music really well or not, doesn't matter. Whether you've ever had voice lessons or not, doesn't matter. Sing like a soloist. You all know what that's like. Would you just sing, holy, holy, holy right now? Holy, holy, holy. Some sang lead. Sing like you're in the opera, like the men. Holy, holy, holy. And there isn't a choir that can't do what you just did. I've never found a choir that couldn't do that. Even in a country high school. Somehow they knew what this sounded like in the opera. So people.
I want you to notice one of the key points he makes in his last video when he talks about people who have a strong, carrying voice who might cut through where other voices do not. Those voices aren't a curse. They're actually a huge blessing if they're used properly. These voices can increase the size of a choir without adding more members by using that voice and using the gift that you've been given and being sensitive to the music and the voices around you. You can actually sound 3 or 4 more singers in the group and achieve a 60 or 70 singer sound with only maybe 30 or 40 voices. So if you have one of those sounds that are particularly carrying across a group, and you know who you are, especially if you've been singing with that voice for a long time, remember as we gather together and as you're practicing your singing to be sensitive to the music, to the wishes of the conductor, and to the music. And if you do that with the vibrant and beautiful sound that you possess, you will be an incredible asset to every choir you're in. As you will add that sound, you will fill out the chorus. So keep that in mind as we go forward. And as we get into our next video, we begin to talk about the 3 key characteristics to beautiful sound. Don Neuen likes to make everything very easy to understand and easy to remember, and so he breaks them down to 3, 4, and sometimes maybe 5 parts. In this we have 3 parts to creating a beautiful sound. Part 1 is energy. And we did this a little bit with our choir already, and that, hey, come here and sit down exercise. And he does an abbreviated quick version of that, but I want you to hear how he does it, how he explains it, and what the difference in the choir is in this video, and then as he translates it to the next video.
Would you say that after me? I'll say it again, and then you say it. What is an energetic sound? What is an energetic sound? I'll see some of you. What is an energetic sound? I'm going to try and pick the ones who can't do it. We'll have them do it alone. Okay, I'll do it first. What is an energetic sound? What is an energetic sound? That's right, now let's test it. That's the way your choir has to sing everything. Now, what if it's soft and slow? Imitate this. What is an energetic sound? What is an energetic sound? Now, can you imagine a choir who sings like that ever sounding flat or boring or bad? Anything but good? Isn't that the way the people of the net sing? They do. Any recite great professional singer. If it's soft, they're singing like this. And if it's big, they're singing like this. It's all with energy. The voice is living. What is life? Life is energy. So the voice is energy. So at least 80% of everything we do should be energy.
In that last video, he demonstrated energy, which is, as he said, 80% of what we do as a choir singer. We take that and we pair it with this next video, which we've also practiced in our group, which is beauty. Can you be more beautiful? It's the old, how high can you reach? Now reach higher. Now reach higher. We always find that we can reach a little higher. We also typically find that we can sing a little more beautifully. As you go through this week and you're listening to music on the radio or you're singing a song that's stuck in your head, be very mindful to sing it intentionally and see if you can sing it with more energy. See if you can sing it more beautifully. Try to be the most beautiful version of yourself that you can be vocally when you sing. Watch this next demonstration and pay particular attention to how the choir sound changes from one to the next, and finally to the best version they can be once they've incorporated the energy and the beauty together hand in hand.
Would you sing, "What is a beautiful sound? What is a beautiful sound?" Good. Now sing it like you're the best sixth grade choir in America. Now you're 12. The best sixth grade choir. What is a beautiful sound? Now the best middle school choir. You're a little older, and your voice is now more beautiful. What is a beautiful sound? Now we'll get the best out of the Texas All-State. Right? What is a beautiful sound? Okay, now let's go to Juilliard, Eastman, and all the great schools of music and get their doctoral students majoring in voice. You be that person right now. What is a beautiful sound? Now we'll go to the Met and get the best ones they have. No louder, just more beautiful. What is a beautiful sound? You can do that with your choir. What we just did now, and they will do it incrementally better, just like you did. They will do that. And then say, now you just proved you can sing that beautifully. Don't ever sing less beautifully than that ever on any song, and I'll see that you don't. And then the minute you hear a sound that's not that beautiful, you stop, whether it's the tenor section, the alto section, whatever it is. Now, would you put those two together and say that, what is a beautiful sound? Is that what it was? What is a beautiful sound? Like the band. And put that energy that we had a minute ago. What is a beautiful sound? Put that with the band. What is a beautiful sound? And all of a sudden you sound like a professional choir that auditioned to get in this morning. Any choir can do that. Any choir, anywhere, can do that.
This last video I'm going to show you today is the third and final piece, which is placement. After you've taken that energy and added beauty, finally we have to make sure we're singing with good placement. An easy exercise, which he doesn't go in this video, but I want you to see the beginning demonstration and some of the visuals from his book that I will put in the video for you. I want you to know that it's easy to do at home. Simply pick a song that you're singing or a favorite choral exercise that you have. Take your hands, put them right under your cheekbones. Make sure you have that good choir smile with the raised cheeks, the raised eyebrows, and sing. And when you practice singing, try to sing and put all of the resonant sound above your cheekbones, above these fingers here, and out in that cone of tone. As you're singing, put the sound down here. Put it down in your throat, down in your mouth. Make it low. Then put the sound back up here. Make it energetic and loud and vibrant and beautiful, full of energy. Go back and forth, above and below, above and below, until you can feel the difference and know exactly what it is like when you take your hands away to be singing up here. When you sing down here, think sad, think bad, think no good. When you sing up here, think good and happy thoughts. Remember that every time you're up there, it feels great. This should be support from your diaphragm. Then it travels up, the air travels up, the consonants are formed here, and it continues to travel up until it reaches here where we make the sound, where we resonate the sound. All of our nasal passages that cover our cheeks, our nose, up into our forehead. and all through the sides. And we resonate that sound like the tone hole of a guitar, and we send it out in that cone of tone for the audience to enjoy. As you're singing this week, make sure you're thinking about these three things: this energy, this beauty, and this placement. Intentionally sing, purposefully sing, and try to sing well. As you continue to do it, it'll be easier for you to naturally sing with energy, beauty, and placement. And the passive singing that you do without good technique will start to feel wrong, and you'll naturally want to sing right with energy, beauty, and placement. And that's what we're going for when we get back together in our chorus. The video at the beginning and the video at the end are for you to enjoy, to sing along to, and to practice those three techniques as a great soloistic singer. Every day you wake up, see if you can sing a little bit better. See if you can bridge that gap from who you are to the singer that you want to be. Enjoy these videos. I look forward to seeing you next week when we work on the 5 key characteristics to great soloistic sound within our choir.
The last thing about that next column is placement, and we may go into a little bit of that in the next session. But that's where you place the sound up in the head. I'll just get started. Let's do. When you talk, the sound goes up here, out your mouth, and right down the floor. Right? Okay? When you sing, there are no vocal cords in your throat at all. Air just goes up this way. Now this is just for singers. It goes up here, up the back of the head, and up here where most people have brains, we have vocal cords. And when the air hits the vocal cords, they vibrate like a 12-string guitar, and the sound comes from the hairline to the tip of the nose like this. The sound doesn't come out of the mouth. Now that's all we're going to do right now, so you can think about that over a while. And then we'll teach how to teach that kind of singing. But everybody from young kids in elementary school to everybody else will sing from their cheekbones up to the top of the head. Like a unicorn. It comes out like that. And no singing, nobody ever gets tired down here. There's never a throaty tone. It's always a resonant tone. And we add that resonance to the energy and the beauty, and then you have all you need to have in singing.